133.4, good day.
133.4, thank you for your help, sir. So long, we'll see you, Bonus 239.
November 501 Kilo, Quebec, radar contact, and you are clear to the Tamiami Airport via direct.
We're flying up here at 16,000 feet. We left Puerto Rico this morning and have some pretty good weather. All the way, we're almost ready to arrive in Miami, even though we have some weather ahead still, looks like. We're level at 16,000 feet. The Lord has been good to us. This airplane was given to us for the purpose of moving supplies, moving people, and it's been busy. We put 100 hours on it in the last few weeks. In the last 4 or 5 weeks, we put 100 hours, and now I have to make another round trip to South America with it. There is so much equipment and so many missionaries that need to be moved. We're so grateful for the opportunity to have tools given to us that we can do God's work. Mission aviation is something that people understand. It's not only going into the jungles, it's also mobilizing our missionaries, our teachers. It's moving equipment, food, supplies between continents, between countries, to be able to bring in the spare parts that are needed so that the equipment, airplanes and tractors and media networks can continue functioning. However, it is true that smaller airplanes can do the bush work. They can go into the small runways. Planes like this cannot do that. This is a fast airplane. It can go very high, up to 30,000 feet, but it has its purpose, just like the smaller airplanes also have their purpose. And I'm grateful to God that we have pilots committed for lifetime. Now, you're getting ready to go to Venezuela and be one of the bush pilots there. And when you join the GMI family of pilots, you understand that it's kind of a lifetime commitment. We're all committed to work until Jesus comes. That's the calling we have. Now, you can be a teacher part-time for a year and leave. You can be a volunteer. But, our family of GMI pilots are all committed to work until Jesus comes. Like teachers and other volunteers that come for a period of time, our pilots are lifetime. And so we're really grateful for the commitment you're making, because by the time you get to know all the villages and all the people, it's not time to leave. It's a time to accelerate and train somebody else, open up new areas. So this is the kind of pilot. I just came back from Guadeloupe, and many young people heard me talk about mission aviation. Several pastors were preaching and they mentioned mission aviation. And the young people came to me and said, we're interested in being mission pilots. But really few understand the kind of commitment. We like to encourage young people to dedicate their life to mission aviation. But if someone wants to be a mission pilot, the best way to be a mission pilot is to go work for a year, work alongside a pilot, work along in one of the projects, and get to know what it's like. What it's like to sacrifice, what it's like to live simply, what it's like to live with not enough money, and to be praying for your food and pray for gasoline and supplies, and learn to trust God, and then make a long-time commitment. And when you see that in a young person, a young leader who's willing to dedicate everything, we'll do everything we have to do to help them finish their flying. But I tell all these young people, come and work with us for a year. And they go, we're in a process right now of, through a donor, of acquiring approximately 30 new airplanes. All of them will be new, of course, but new to us. 30 airplanes. Some are large for the senior pilots that need to travel a lot, and some are smaller for the bush. And we're delighted to have that. We'll be adding airplanes in Africa, Brazil, Peru, Colombia, Argentina, and probably Ecuador. And we have some also needed for Asia, for the Philippines, helicopters, Indonesia, an airplane, and maybe some other countries as well. The main thing found is that if God provides the aircraft, then my question is, where are the pilots? We don't want just anybody who says, well, I have a lot of experience. I worked for the Navy for 20 years. Can I for you? Having a lot of experience doesn't qualify you as a mission pilot. The things that we look for in a mission pilot are consecration to God, long term. Secondly, the commitment to live simply and sacrifice. Number 3, to work as a team, be able to work with other pilots and work as a team, helping everybody, and just have a philosophy of teamwork. Easygoing, able to forgive, work, communicate very well, not be a loner. And finally, number 4, being technically able, of course, to learn and to fly. So once you have those 4 things, we are really praying for more pilots. And there's one other thing I learned. I learned that older pilots can learn and do a very, very good job. If they're new pilots, we try to keep them out of the most dangerous runways. Because at that age, it's hard to learn a lot of very, very rapid, dangerous things. Yet when you're younger, it's easier. So we don't give them the worst runways. Number 2, older pilots sometimes have trouble reporting to a younger chief pilot. We found that even though we're willing to consider it, I prefer to have young people who are committed missionaries and train them as pilots, rather than getting a pilot who's never been a missionary and then seeing how they will do. But if God sends them, I'm not going to turn them down. But I prefer to train the best that we have to be a pilot rather than get a pilot and try to make them into a missionary. We're grateful for this aircraft, and this afternoon we will be landing in Florida shortly, and then we'll go on to Chattanooga and land there, load up the airplane, do maintenance, change the oil, do a little bit of maintenance, and head back to America. So God has been good to us, and we're grateful for aircraft. Always trim it. Don't let that nose come up. Every time you don't want it to go up. Okay, I would give it full flaps. It's getting kind of close.
Bell traffic, 5224 for Juliet, turning final runway 14.
All the way. There we go. We're a little high, but it's coming down fast. This plane comes down very fast. There's your, keep your hand on the throttle. Thing is forward, so we're okay. Gas, undercarriage, mixtures, and prop. Airspeed is the most important, right? You're at blue line, so keep it, add a little bit of power, just a little bit. Okay, power back a little bit more. Back, back, back. There you go. See, you flare. I'll just hold it here. You do the flare. Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. Right there. Hold it right.